The following is a paid program.
I hear my opponents speaking about alligators in a lagoon. And we know what they mean. I planted rice in the lagoon with my grandparents and my parents, and many of you did. But you see, the waters that wash down from the hills of Laventille, across the land from Mayaro, from the east, all the rivers that join together, they bring the greatest civilizations on the earth here together in Trinidad and Tobago. And when you speak of alligators in a lagoon, I call on Dr. Rowley to condemn or to say whether he agrees with the statement made by, I think, his candidate, Hines. This man is talking about alligators in a lagoon. And you know, I want to know what is Dr. Rowley's comment, and someone must ask him that. Does he agree with that statement? You see, in this country, I said already, the greatest civilizations are found here, merged and joined together. The Ganges meet in the Nile, right here in Trinidad and Tobago. 1/3 of our population, 1/3, that is 1 in every 3, 1/3 of the population of this land is of mixed ethnic origin. So when you talk about alligators in a lagoon, are you saying to all those of mixed descent that they must deny their ancestry? That they must deny half of them or 1/3 of them? This country is no longer a land of one race. It is a land of many races blended together in harmony. I can see you. I can see you where I stand tonight. And I can see the Ganges and the Nile flowing in your blood because I can see only Douglas. I can see only Cocopayo. I can see all of you mixed together, which is what makes Trinidad and Tobago the great nation that we are. So do not disrespect, do not dishonor any race, any creed, or any religion in our land. You see, he never condemned the Calcutta ship in Tobago when the comment was made. And I call upon him today. Dr. Rory, tell us, what is your comment about alligators in the lagoon? And if you cannot answer that, you will lose 1/3 of the population of Trinidad and Tobago. And another third, and you will lose all of the population of our land.
If you still undecided, that come like if you're in a ring with gloves and a big strong heavyweight coming at you and you making up your mind whether to put up a guard. Something is happening. We have seen the government, but I was under no illusion. I watching them since 1995, and in May 2010 when I saw Kamla Prasad Bisesa as Prime Minister, when I saw she chose Anand Ramlogan as Attorney General, when I saw Suraj Rambachan, when I saw Devant Maraj, and when I saw Anil Roberts, I knew trouble was on the horizon. I wasn't expecting nothing else. That is a recipe for mayhem and confusion and trouble for Trinidad and Tobago. I knew it was impending disaster. That is the leadership she provides. That is why she can't tell none of them nothing. And all of them is alligator from the same murky lagoon.
Eleven minutes after the hour of 6 o'clock. Good evening to all and sundry. Welcome to the election platform with yours truly, the Gladiator. Who is the PNM trying to fool via the chairman of the party, Franklin Khan? Who is political leader of the PNM party trying to fool? Rowley? Who is Rowley trying to fool? To this day, it is evident that Rowley has refused to respond directly to the Prime Minister's requests and concern. He used another vehicle within the party to respond to the Prime Minister. Here it is. Because of the pressure that the PNM is going through with that statement that Dr. Rowley made at Pigot's Corner, when he raised the issue and boasted about the illness of the former leader of the party, Patrick Manning, the stroke that he got in 2012, January 2012. Here it is, the same Rowley, having no respect for the former leader of the PNM party, went to San Fernando West last night, or last evening to put it in a better way, without even apologizing to the former leader and prime minister of this country, but trying to play games with the psyche of the multitude or the mob of the PNM party. Promising the voters, the constituents, that in the event the PNM wins the election come September the 7th, they will have a tremendous party for Patrick Manning, when one should have used that opportunity to quell any concern of your statement at Pigot's Corner. Here it is. You, Rowley, in your deceitful character, in your deceitful nature, you didn't go down there to apologize for the racist statement made by one of the prospective candidates for Laventille West, Fitzgerald Hines, with the Murky Lagoon. You did not go down there to respond to the Prime Minister and to answer to the allegations raised by many concerned people about the racist comment of Fitzgerald Hines and the Murky Lagoon. Who are you fooling? But this is your nature. It's part of your DNA. You cannot change your ways. Here it is. You're not the kind of person that will apologize for what you strongly believe in. Here it is, Fitzgerald Hines, in that Murky Lagoon statement, that Murky Lagoon racist statement. He made it clear to all and sundry that he have been observing the United National Congress Party from since 1995. Because as far as Fitzgerald Hines is concerned, no East Indian must become Prime Minister of this country. So you spend time not focusing on the PNM, not focusing on building the PNM party. Way back in 1995, you spend time observing those who are Hindus within the UNC party and those who are leading the UNC party by the name of Basjo Pandey. Then in 2010, you focus on another Hindu, Kamla Prasad Bisesa, and your main concern is that all of them, all Hindu people, are from the Murky Lagoon. What kind of games are you playing? What kind of games you Rowley playing? What kind of game you the chairman playing? Franklin Khan. Before I bring in Barry Garcia, let me tell the listening public this. The People's National Movement Party knew what was the agenda and propaganda of the Women's League. And I say the Women's League. It's not only recently Julia Davy have been behaving and making racist remarks against the People's Partnership. Julia Davy spent more than a year on the Mugabe radio station, and she had been making racist comment in the presence of an executive member of the Women's League, Sharon Felix. What is much more worse, every morning they say good morning to Camille Robinson Regis, the chairman of the Women's League, lady vice chairman. So Camille Robinson Regis also listened to the rant and rave and the racist comments of Julia Davy. But what did they do? They condone it and they allow it to ferment, and it grow and grow and grow until it became out of control. This Julia Davy is now out of control. And I can understand why some of the staff members at the Mugabe station, they are appalled that they made the mistake in hiring Julia Davy. But you see, they don't know the girl. When I warned them about the kind of person they're dealing with, they didn't want to listen to Gladiator. They didn't want to listen to me at all. But I knew the character of the person, because she's a person without any class. How? And I say this, How can a person who pin up herself on the Sunday Punch half naked, skin up her body on the Sunday Punch half naked, have pull out page on the Sunday Punch half naked, boast about it because she was on the Sunday Punch in the 1980s? How can a person be a woman of class? Here it is, that same Julia Davy pin up herself among lesbians on the Sunday Punch, but you want to attack the Prime Minister. You want to attack Anna Denoline. Julia Davy, if it's one person who knows your background, is Gladiator. And here it is, because let me tell you, Julia Davy, all of we live down at Beetham, all of us live down there in Beetham Estate, and I know your background. There are things I have not yet revealed at all, but I allow you over the period, over the months, over the years to rant and rave. There are things that I have not even mentioned about Sean Felix because she's a mother and she's a grandmother, but she's testing my patience because the day my patience run out of you, Sharon Felix, the whole world will know of your nasty, dirty, stinking background. Here it is. You, who wants to be the country's next Prime Minister, you, Rowley, went down there in Coquet Village, went into the former Prime Minister's constituency. You went down there. You didn't went down there to apologize to Patrick Manning. You went there to throw more salt on the wound of Patrick Manning. The last meeting was at Pigot's Corner, and you want to go down there and rub it into the psyche of this man who is ill, this man who is recuperating from that severe stroke. And you're going on there making statements, thank you, to a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago who have served this country well. That is what you're going on there to do? Ignoring what you did at Pigot's Corner? You gotta be sick and mad with yourself. Who it is are you all trying to fool? I listen to the different radio conversation on different frequencies, and here it is, this man Rowley. You did not allow yourself to apologize to the party for the statement of Fitzgerald Hines, but you use a scapegoat. You use Julia Davy as collateral damage and allow Franklin Khan, who will only say everything what you tell him to say, because I know Franklin Khan well too. He was used to destroy, to drive the final nail in Julia Davy's coffin. And here it is, he held a press conference and distanced the PNM party from Julia Davy's comment. Why is it only today? Why it is that you are doing that today? For the sake of the listening public, let me play this clip. And after I play this clip, I invite Barry Garcia to join me in this discussion as we discuss Rowley and the games they are playing with the members of the party, and that's why the party is split down the middle. Play it.
I don't think that's nice about Indian people. I am sorry.
Caller, good morning.
That is why they have to go to all those sectors and take all kind of enhancement, front, enhance.
Oh, God,
Oh, no, they stop it. I said stop it. Talk about black people in this country. They wanted to refer to the derogatory honor. And I don't think that's nice about Indian people. I am sorry.
Caller, good
That is
morning.
why they have to go to all those sectors and take all kind of enhance, front.
I want you again to play over that clip. Play over that clip for the listening public. The racist comment that was condoned, and the woman who sat there, the PRO of the Women's League, Sean Felix, She's the one who controls the operation there. She have the control there. And saying about turn off mic when you can just press the knob and turn off the mic. You don't want to turn off the mic. You want that to play on and play on because you're pleasing Dr. Rowley. That is what they want to hear. Race talk, race talk, race talk. Let's hear the racist comment. Let's hear.
I don't think that's nice about Indian people. I am sorry. That is why they have to go to all those sectors and take all kind of enhancement, front, enhance back. Oh, no, stop it. I said stop it. I said to stop it. Talk about black people in this country. They want to refer to the rhetoric. And I don't think that's nice about Indian people. I am sorry. That is why they have to go to all those sectors and take all kind of enhancement, front.
And you know, I sympathize with that young guy, Piper, who's trying to bring balance at the Mugabe radio station. And luckily, I tape. If I don't have time to tape it, I tell other people to tape it for me. And I was able to get a recording of that racist comment from this PNM activist who is acting on behalf of the PNM party. Good evening to you, Barry Garcia.
Good evening to you, Gladiator. Good evening to David. Good evening to Power 102 and Trinidad and Tobago on the World Wide Web. Good evening to every one of you.
No, Barry, you know, I mean, they say the PNM party is in a disaster right now.
It's in a mess.
It is in a mess right now.
Completely.
And right now they are trying to recover. They are trying all out to do it. But
it's too late.
But what is this discerning is that here it is, they made Joel Davey the collateral damage. They find an excuse not to condemn Fitzgerald Hines' statement. The Prime Minister directed the question to Rowley, but Rowley is the kind of guy who does not like to respond to questions that he knows that he is guilty of. Everybody wants the Prime Minister to answer this question, answer that question. They want you to answer the question, does you smoke marijuana? They want you to answer that question. But pertinent question for Rowley, they don't want him to answer the question. One question they don't want him to answer is, did you have sex with a 16-year-old girl when you were a school teacher? They don't want him to answer that question. Here she asked him the question, are you going to apologize or condemn the statement by Fitzgerald Hines? He chose not to respond to that. He sent Franklin Khan. What is your honest? I mean, they say, what are your perspective on this thing?
The chicken is coming home to roost.
It is.
Because Dr. Rowley is the one, Julia Davey, as a matter of fact, told the population that the best PNM is a dead one.
He said it. She said
that the best PNM is a dead one. And then she became, when she fell out with the UNC, she became this so-called PNM activist, who I have been questioning for the longest while. She doesn't even understand the philosophy of the PNM. She doesn't even understand the fundamental principles and beginning of the PNM. And she has been on the radio station for the past 2.5 years to 3 years, making very derogatory statements towards.
But she have been making, and I say they are
doing. It was condoned, but what is bad?
They do not know it's only yesterday she made racist comments.
But it was condoned by the party.
That recording I playing is last year, you know.
Yeah, but it has been condoned, and what was
condoned? Yes,
that isn't so bad. Dr. Rowley went to the General Council and rated her up.
Yes.
And endorsed her.
Yes.
And no, I'm just paraphrasing here, that if he had 10 more like her, he would have been in a better place politically.
Look at that.
He have her dog, he put her up on a pedestal.
Because he feel that he could fool the entire nation.
But Gladys,
yes.
When you look at the Dr. Rowley's conduct from 1990, when we have been there, we are not just Johnny come lately who went and sleep with some minister to get a position or kind of thing. We're not them type of people.
Furthermore, we begged Manning to make him a candidate in 2010.
Not only 2010.
Yes.
He was up to get lashed in 2007 because of numerous complaints coming out of his own constituency
about
towards
his behavior
him,
towards people, towards
people and his constituency.
Yeah.
And we went and sit down and tell Mr. Manning, you have to look at the bigger picture.
Yeah.
And he pulled back on it.
We said he might have been a changed man.
We thought he would have changed.
But he have not changed at all.
Not knowing that since 2007, this man has been plotting to get rid of Patrick Manning.
Plotting
because, let me tell you something. Errol McLeod told me, in my company was Mervyn Collins alias Apais, also Nylon Hippolyte, that I asked Errol in the parliament, in the halls of the parliament, the statement you made in 2013 in the local government election about Rowley coming to your residence and asking you to join with him to get rid of Patrick Manning, is it truth? And Aaron McLeod's statement is say, I don't lie. I don't tell lies. He said, and let me tell you what it is. He said it wasn't even once. He said he came back on a second occasion and he brought with him Camille Robinson Regis. You listening to what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He brought with him on the second occasion he visited his home. He brought with him Camille Robinson Regis. And he went on to say, he who told Camille how to hold the mic so that her voice does not come off as a screaming voice when she's addressing the nation in the public meetings. And both parties who were standing there with me, we just looked at each other and shook our head. This woman, they called Juliet Davy, and that statement Fitzgerald Hines make, they all, together with Keith Rowley, they all cut from the same bolt of cloth.
And you see, Juliet Davy has a similar nature of Rowley.
Precisely.
She's arrogant. She's
Extremely
spiteful.
arrogant.
She's spiteful. She's vengeful, and especially when she come in at you, she come in like a raging bull. And both of them cut from the same cloth.
Same cloth.
And you see how stubborn she is that she will not apologize for a racist comment.
But
It's the same thing like Rowley.
I want to ask you a question.
Rowley know that both of them, Juliet Davy and Rowley.
Is a match made in heaven?
They can live in the same house.
Is a match made in heaven?
And Juliet Davy knows that Rowley carries the same nature like her.
But I want to ask you a question.
Yes.
And I want to ask you another question. Why all who supports Dr. Rowley behaves like him?
Strangely. Let's see another clip of Juliet Davy. Let's see another clip of Juliet Davy.
If we are on the airwaves as African people, whether it's as hosts or whether it's as callers, right? We are on the airwaves, and as African people, we are the ones questioning Dr. Rowley's leadership. What it does, what it puts in the psyche of the population, and more so the African man, is a withdrawal towards the PNM and towards Dr. Rowley. And it could never be a strategy or, let's say, a concern of ours to actually be going out there and saying that the reason why I want putting this about Dr. Rowley and the PNM is because I is a PNM and I love the PNM. Let me tell you something, because the East Indian group is going to be watching and they are going to be saying, well, if these people are saying they are PNM people and they are the one who are saying Dr. Rowley is this and the PNM is that and they didn't this and they didn't that, then we stay in UNC. We stay in UNC. We stay undecided. And then with the African group now, I don't know if I voted. So really and truly, I don't know what PNM people is doing, and nobody's going to convince me at this time that there's any PNM out doing that. You have to be something else.
Now, what you're seeing clearly here, she's trying to appeal to African talk show hosts. You see the level of racism? She's trying to say, look, man, as long as you're an African talk show host, you must support Rowley irrespective of the man modus operandi, irrespective of the man political morality, credibility, integrity, irrespective of his dark past. You must just say, well, Rowley's an African man, support him. Once you're an African talk shows. And that's the level of racism of that PNM activist who continues to be endorsed by the PNM. Franklin cannot fool me, But
he can't
fool me one bit.
Because let me tell you something.
Because those statement was made last year.
Yeah, but let me explain something to you.
Yes.
They had free license
to
vilify and attack prominent members of the People's National Movement during the internal election.
Yes.
They felt a scathing attack on Aisha Wells. They had nothing good to say about Penny, Ronald Boyne, Conrad Enel, Danny Montano, you name it, they went to tongue. They vilified these people left, right, and center.
You know what, that woman?
Don't talk about me. I used to be a topic every morning with them. But I know something my great-grandfather told me. You don't argue with ignorance and you don't get in a spraying match with a skunk. So I know to stay away from them.
You know that woman, Juliet Davy, that scumbag, that lowlife, she said that she supported Rowley in mashing up the PNM party in 2010 and 2009. She supported Rowley in mashing up and bringing on Patrick Manning administration. Juliet Davy said that. Both of them are like husband and wife. They can live in the same room.
They carry the same DNA.
That woman supported Rowley in destroying Patrick Manning.
And what was so
and she
bad?
said the reason why she joined the PNM is because Rowley get rid of Patrick Manning. And that's the reason why she joined the PNM.
And what is so bad? Now
Yes.
that the chicken's coming home to roost, now that the real person starting to manifest itself, you understand me? Because
Yes.
and let me tell you something, the Gladiator. When Linda Babulal was the chairman of the PNM party, I asked Mr. Manning how he allowed Linda Babulal. And Mr. Manning told me, he said, Barry Garcia, do you really understand the philosophy of the PNM? I said to a bit. And he went on to explain to me what was the philosophical thinking of the PNM and all of that. And he said, the Hindu women in this country is an extremely powerful organization. And you cannot, at no point in time, find yourself in any bacchanal with the Hindu women in this country. He says, it's a very powerful. He said, apart from that, there are always PNM, there are always Hindus who are supportive of the PNM. He said, and there are Presbyterians, and there are Muslims, and they all come from the East Indian community. So when you go whether it's in your private capacity, whether you're saying that you're not speaking on behalf of the PNM, which is crap, because you're representing the PNM, because Dr. Rowley endorsed as his number one activist in the party, right? And you talk about Hindu women, and you're ascribing Hindu women in that way, describing them in that derogatory, negative, nasty way.
Yes.
Something you have no evidence of. You don't have no evidence of that. You understand me? But that is the nature of the person.
But when she does these things, she knows fully well she is getting blessing from the leadership of the party.
Precisely.
Because she used to be making these comments on the morning program from 5 to 7.
And they went so far to tell
so
far to tell African people to stop eating doubles and roti.
Yes.
They went so far.
Yes, and they condone it. They condone it.
And there was no statement distancing themselves from that.
Yes.
Not even let me tell you something. You know what the effect of that?
Barry, not only that, I am going to bust the mark the name of a racist in the PNM party who told me that they are using an East Indian money right now because the money is of Dolce Estate. And you know the person. But I ain't calling the name now, not tonight, not this evening. They are using an East Indian person money. And I said, why? Well, all our money come from Dolce. So the PNM right now is using drugs money to run the campaign. I make that statement. I make that bold statement. But let's go. Let's hear what they tried to doctor and spin. And they used Franklin Ghana. You notice Faris Alwari did not make no comment at all because they cannot spin it at all. Let's hear the racist Murky Lagoon comments. Let's hear it.
If you still undecided, that come like if you're in a ring with gloves and a big strong heavyweight coming at you and you making up your mind whether to put up a guard. Something is happening. We have seen the government, but I was under no illusion. I watching them since 1995. And in May 2010, when I saw Kamla Prasad Bisesa as Prime Minister, when I saw she chose Anand Ramlogan as Attorney General, when I saw Suraj Rambachan, when I saw Devant Maraj, and when I saw Anil Roberts, I knew trouble was on the horizon. I wasn't expecting nothing else. That is a recipe for mayhem and confusion and trouble for Trinidad and Tobago. I knew it was impending disaster. That is the leadership she provides. That is why she can't tell none of them nothing. And all of them is alligator from the same murky lagoon.
Last night, let me chime in here with that. Last night, Dr. Rowley tried to defend that.
And all of them.
And saying,
let's hear him.
that it wasn't that he was tying in Kamla Prasad Bisesa with Ashwa Jack from Tobago. If you listen to that statement, that's nothing.
All of them.
And all of them are alligators of the same murky lagoon.
I mean,
who is the people in this country?
Who only think he's fooling?
Who they fooling? Why are they attacking the East Indian community to this level?
I'm telling you, racist
statement.
Let's hear it again. Let's hear it again. Let's hear it again. All of them. Who's the all of them?
Still undecided, that come like if you're in a ring with gloves and a big strong heavyweight coming at you and you making up your mind whether to put up a guard. Something is happening. We have seen the government, but I was under no illusion. I watching them since 1995. And in May 2010, when I saw Kamla Prasad Bisesa as Prime Minister, when I saw she chose Anand Ramlogan as Attorney General, when I saw Suraj Rambachan.
Stop it right there. No. Now, we're going to apply deductive reasoning because, you see, Franklin Khan, who would have sent the coward, the guy Smiley, because Faris Alwawi, he cannot respond to that at all. Now, you hear a man giving you the genesis of his statement, and hear the names he's calling. The thing about it is that in 1995, Barry Garcia was the first time,
a Hindu prime minister.
And Heinz is saying
that when Heinz came in electoral politics,
and he is saying he watching them
since back then.
So he used the word them in 1995, and he come and say at the end of the statement, all of them. Let's hear it again.
If you still undecided, that come like if you're in a ring with gloves and a big strong heavyweight coming at you and you making up your mind whether to put up a guard. Something is happening. We have seen the government, but I was under no illusion. I watching them since 1995. And in May 2010, when I saw Kamla Prasad Bisesa as Prime Minister, when I saw she chose Anand Ramlogan as Attorney General, when I saw Suraj Rambachan.
Stop right there. When I saw Kamla Prasad Bisesa as Prime Minister, so she's been itemized already.
Yeah.
As one. Because he watching them from since 1995. And the Prime Minister back then was Basio Pandey. Of what religion was he?
Hindu.
Of what religion is Kamla Prasad Bisesa? Hindu. So when I saw, according to him, when I saw Kamla Prasad Bisesa as Prime Minister in 2010, he itemized one person.
And then he went to itemize Anand Ramlogan as Attorney General.
Because the perception with Fitzgerald Hines, that non-performer, that balded rasta, is that no East Indian must be Prime Minister of this country. I am telling you, Fitzgerald Hines, you can't fool me. That is a racist statement. And the thing about it is that, you know why Rowley ain't condemn you up to now? Because you and Rowley's partners. You and Rowley is partners, and Rowley's the kind of man, he's just like Julia Davy. Rowley knows fully well that he can't control Julia Davy because Julia Davy cannot control him. Because that's why,
but she can't control herself.
She cannot control himself. Julia
she's
Davy,
a complete loose cannon, no?
She is a loose cannon just like Rowley. A loose cannon. Play it again. The public must see it for themselves.
When I saw Devant Mirage, and when I saw Anil Roberts, I knew trouble was on the horizon. I wasn't expecting nothing else. That is a recipe for mayhem and confusion and trouble for Trinidad and Tobago. I knew it was impending disaster. That is the leadership she provided. That is why.
Stop right there. He knew it was impending disaster for Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
So Trinidad and Tobago belongs to PNM?
No, it belongs
Trinidad belongs to PNM?
No.
It belongs to only African people?
No, it belongs to non-Hindus.
Non-Hindus?
Yeah. Because if you look at the angle he is taking with the conversation, is directly shooting at Hindus. Because let's put it together.
Plain and simple.
Tied back to 2013, the Calcutta ship is coming to Tobago.
Yes.
Rowley was on the same platform when Sandy spoke. Yes. He didn't denounce the statement Sandy
He never condemned it.
It's only when the media and certain people in the society started to act up against it, then he talk about it. Then he distancing himself from it and said the PNM is not of that. When I told him that the dynamics of that statement is going to, that statement is going to hurt the dynamics of the politics in Trinidad and Tobago, come election time for the PNM, then you have this compounded Miss Mother, the president of the Ignoramus Association, Miss Julia Davy, coming to talk about Hindu women in this country, not understanding that you are interfering with the very psyche and development
and not
of
only
the People's National Movement.
And telling African talk show hosts, condemn East Indian people, promote Rowley, do everything in your favor.
But what she was, when she was,
but who the hell is Rowley? Who the hell is Rowley? Who the hell is that reckless man. What happened? Look, play that thing. One minute. Here it is, the Prime Minister appealed to Rowley to stop this racial campaign being conducted and condoned by the PNM. And she appealed to Rowley to deal with the issue of the murky lagoon. Here the length and breadth the Prime Minister went at in order to appeal to Rowley. But he chose not to answer. He chose not to apologize. He chose not to distance himself from Hines.
He went and defended him last night in Cookie.
He chose not to nullify his candidacy because Hines cannot be a candidate with that racist comment. And they are telling me and you, as members of the PNM, to support Fitzgerald Hines. They are telling me and you to support Julia Davy. They are telling me and you to support Rowley, who has absolutely no control over those two guys, Julia Davy and Fitzgerald Hines, because it is condoned by the PNM.
I want to ask you a question, Gladiator. How is Nal Ramsingh feeling this morning? How is the Hindu community which supports the PNM?
They don't care. They don't care because, Barry, when I tell you, when I expose the name, they're waiting on Jack Warner. This next fool, the Madam Fallacious, and them, they want to hear Jack Warner. When I bust the mark as to the name of that person who told me about the financer who using Dolce the money to fund and campaign the PNM party, it will shock this country.
I want to ask a question. Kazim Hussain, Rambarat, Raghunanan, and all of in the party, PNM party. How are you getting up in the morning and feeling to be among people who watching all you as East Indian and don't want all you inside the PNM? How are you getting up in the morning and feeling, boy? When all you have this woman for the past 3 years on the radio station.
On the radio station.
Preaching race. And not only that, she was allowed to attack PNM people who was there from foundation, some of them who worked.
But let me go at length to say that even Iowa George begged the woman to turn down. Piper beggar. Well, Aisha Wells, they cuff Aisha Wells, they kick her, they stab her, they spit on her.
Emotionally, all kind of thing.
Sean Felix and Julia Davy spit on Aisha Wells and try to mama guide the girl and show all kind of words. And you have these two drag queens who get up early in the morning to talk about the breast and all about the panty and all kind of nonsense and nasty, dirty behavior. And they come down on Aisha Wells, they come down on Iowa George, put pressure on Iowa George and Aisha. Iowa George, you know Iowa George is suspended?
But
you know Iowa George is suspend Julia Davy?
But I went to Iowa and told Iowa morning, I said, if you are continue to allow Sharon Felix and Julia Davy to be interfering with me, I'm going to serve it a legal letter that will hurt your radio station and us, and I will take it to the distance, you know.
Let him pay for his sins.
But Iowa and I are schoolmates, and I didn't want to go that direction, so we went in. As a matter of fact, Gladiator, I told Iowa, I warned Iowa about Juliet. I said, anytime your radio station get in trouble or you happen to lose your radio license, is a result of Julia Davy.
But the Women's League was encouraging it because Sean Felix is the public relation officer of the Women's League.
But make it worse. They interviewed Camille Robinson-Regis, who is the chairman of the Women's League and who is the lady vice chairman of the party, to bash Aisha Wells on the station.
But I tell you,
they was interviewing her.
I took Aisha for lunch and the lady didn't want to eat at all because she was crying.
They set a
because they bullied that girl, Julia Davy, she and Sean Felix. And Tunapuna will go, but she get it left, right, and center.
But
Tunapuna called me, say, Gladiator, I can't take it. I said, Tunapuna, don't cry. Their day of reckoning is coming.
And this is what the PNM led, the Dr. Rowley led PNM has disintegrated to. This is where the PNM reached to under the leadership of this man.
Yes.
And this man wants to be prime minister of this country.
Using race.
Not only race and obia. Race and obia.
Yes.
And then coming to make people believe that you have plans for Trinidad and Tobago.
Let's expose it to the public. Let the public hear. Let's hear.
I don't think that's nice about Indian people. I am sorry. That is why they have to go to all those centers and take all kind of enhancement,
So you mean to tell me Sean Felix wasn't hearing that? She's saying, caller, good morning.
And play Mama Guy. Oh, God, let me cut you off.
Yeah, let me cut you off.
Mama Guy thing.
Play it again.
Play it again.
Yeah, play it again.
I don't think that's nice about Indian people. I am sorry.
Stop right there. Stop right there.
So Kazem Hussein,
Yeah.
you still supporting that?
Yes. She ain't seen
In
nothing
that, you
nice.
still supporting
Yes,
that?
yes.
She said she ain't seen nothing nice about Hindu people, you know? She said she ain't seen nothing nice about Indian people. Clarence Rambarat, you still supporting that?
Play it again. Play it again. Yes, play it again.
All those sectors that take all kind of enhancement, front
Play it
enhancement.
from the start. Play it from the
All
start.
those sectors that take. I don't see nothing nice about Indian people. I am sorry.
Stop right there.
Right, beautiful.
I see nothing nice about Indian people.
So Terence Yalsing, what you are you?
And that is why they are using the East Indian people in the PNM party currently. And when I tell you about that meeting, then people will understand the level of racism. Now, the public must hear what the Prime Minister have been appealing to Rowley to do. Let's hear what the Prime Minister have been appealing to Rowley for.
I hear my opponents speaking about alligators in a lagoon. And we know what they mean. I planted rice in the lagoon with my grandparents and my parents, and many of you did. But you see, the waters that wash down from the hills of Laventille, across the land from Mayaro, from the east, all the rivers that join together, they bring the greatest civilizations on the earth here together in Trinidad and Tobago. And when you speak of alligators in a lagoon, I call on Dr. Rowley to condemn or to say whether he agrees with the statement made by, I think, his candidate, Hines. This man is talking about alligators in a lagoon. And I want to know what is Dr. Rowley's comment. And someone must ask him that. Does he agree with that statement? You see, in this country, I said already, the greatest civilizations are found here, merged and joined together. The Ganges meet in the Nile. Right here in Trinidad and Tobago. 1/3 of our population, 1/3, that is 1 in every 3, 1/3 of the population of this land is of mixed ethnic origin. So when you talk about alligators in a lagoon, are you saying to all those of mixed descent that they must deny their ancestry? That they must deny half of them or 1/3 of them? This country is no longer a land of one race. It is a land of many races blended together in harmony. I can see you. I can see you where I stand tonight. And I can see the Ganges and the Nile flowing in your blood because I can see all the Douglas. I can see all the Cocopayal. I can see all of you mixed together, which is what makes Trinidad and Tobago the great nation that we are. So do not disrespect, do not dishonor any race, any creed, or any religion in our land. You see, he never condemned the Calcutta ship in Tobago when the comment was made, and I call upon him today. Dr. Rory, tell us, what is your comment about alligators in the lagoon? And if you cannot answer that, you will lose 1/3 of the population of Trinidad and Tobago. And another third, and you will lose all of the population of our land.
If you still undecided, that come like if you're in a ring with gloves and a big strong heavyweight coming at you and you making up your mind whether to put up a guard. Something is happening. We have seen the government, but I was under no illusion. I watching them since 1995, and in May 2010 when I saw Kamla Prasad Bisesa as Prime Minister, when I saw she chose Anand Ramlogan as Attorney General, when I saw Suraj Rambachan, when I saw Devant Maraj, and when I saw Arnold Roberts, I knew trouble was on the horizon. I wasn't expecting nothing else. That is a recipe for mayhem and confusion and trouble for Trinidad and Tobago. I knew it was impending disaster. That is the leadership she provides. That is why she can't tell none of them nothing. And all of them is alligator from the same murky lagoon.
Yes. As if we didn't went to school, Barry. We didn't went primary school.
Yeah.
We didn't went to college.
We didn't
went to school.
It only swing for fish.
You see what happened is that them feel that they could fool us. Understand? Who are we fine and we understand the politics that they play. And they feel they're taking the membership of the PNM for granted. Because you make a statement. You saying that you have been observing them from since 1995. You use the word them. The audience who were listening to you, they knew fully well what you're saying. They knew that you wasn't referring to the people who gathered for the PNM meeting at the Pickers Corner. When you say you have been observing them from since 1995, who are you referring to? And then you talk about you watch when she became the Prime Minister in 2010. But anyway, time running out. Let's deal with this Leketo Obia. The games that this man playing. Understand? The games that he went on. I mean, Barry, but I know you would not attend that meeting at all because you might have get mad vex hearing the kind of games. This man went into Manning constituency.
To Mama Guy.
To Mama Guy, the leader.
To Mama Guy, Manning.
Mama Guy. Let's hear the Leketo.
I'm from Miss Wall in Tobago. Miss Wall, very close to Leketo.
Right, play it again.
I'm from Miss Wall in Tobago. Miss Wall, very close to Leketo.
Now, Barry, stop right there. Why would a leader go on a platform to tell the people of TNT, I'm from Mason? Now, when I first heard that, I thought this man was going to talk about his background life. He was going to talk about his background moral ways. He was going to talk about when he was a teacher. He was going to tell everybody all what they wanted to know, whether he had sex or not with a 16-year-old or 15-year-old or 14-year-old girl. I thought he was going to say that, but he didn't say that at all. He talked about a village that is known, that has a reputation for Obia, making pact with the devil, signing seals, reading the 6 and 7 books of Moses, reading the 7 seals of Solomon, the greater and the lesser keys of Solomon, reading all the black magic arts, all kind of occultism.
Theology and all of that.
Yes, reading all of these things.
You see, Glady, they feel we don't know about these things, you know. They don't understand that we are students of the game, you know.
Oh, what up? You feel that
they feel we stupid, you know.
You feel that Gladiator is not a student of occultism. Play the other track. We're going to expose him today. That wretched individual called Rowley.
I want to tell you something. I'm from Miss Wall in Tobago. Miss Wall, very close to Leketo. The last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it.
Stop right there. The person who put me out regretted it. Who are you referring to?
At that point in time, nobody knew.
Yeah?
But you went on now.
No, you matter what? Myself and Skippy was liming, and we listened to the meeting. And from the time he mentioned that, I said, I said, look what the man said. I said, Skippy, you hear what that man just said there? I said, it's a lucky thing I was recording the thing. He hung his own self. Because I just show you the venom this man still have for Patrick Manning. Play that clip again. Play it again.
I want to tell you something. I'm from Miss Wall in Tobago. Miss Wall, very close to Leketo. The last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it.
Now, in grammatical construction and applying deductive reasoning, he was not referring to Kamala at all.
No.
He was referring to the last person who put him out. And that person who put him out was the person who put him out of cabinet. And that person regretted what happened to him. He got a stroke. And you want to, say, here it is, one would have thought Franklin Khan and Ashton Ford would have come to the public and make a public apology on behalf of the leader.
Why must they?
Because the leader is reckless. But I told you, the leader, just like Julia Davis, they don't apologize. You hear what Julia Davis saying today's Express? You hear what she's saying on Facebook? She said she's not apologizing. That is people. Both of them, Julia Davis and Rowley, cut from the same cloth. They are reckless. Reckless, completely reckless. They are raging bull, out of control.
And they have acrimonious and spiteful behavior.
Spiteful behavior. Sorry, callers. Let's take some calls. We know we run out. We only have about 5 minutes. The thing is so heated, so many things to discuss. But while we're waiting on the call, play that clip. Play that clip.
I want to tell you something. I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Liquor 2.
Yeah, what you said?
Last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it.
Yeah. As if people don't understand what you said. And hear the jubilance. Hear the jubilance of the crowd. Let's take the calls here. Good evening.
The last person put them out is Wade Mac.
You see how stupid they are?
Yeah, but you don't answer that.
You see,
but you don't answer that.
Before I take the next call.
Wade Mac.
You see how stupid they are?
Yeah, but you don't answer that.
You see,
but you don't answer that.
Before I take the next call. No, before I take the next call. The last person who put him out regretted it. That just shows the level of illiteracy. They cannot understand what is grammar. Understand? When a man make a statement, the last person that put him out regretted it. Wade Mac have not lived to regret.
Wade Mac have no stroke.
Wade Mac have no stroke.
And Wade Mac not out of parliament.
Let's go to track 12, because you see, when you're dealing with illiteracy, you have to have patience, especially with people like Madam Fallacious. Play it.
I want to tell you something. I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Liquor 2. The last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it.
That is past tense. That is past tense. Yeah. Go on. Let me continue. Let's take the call. Good evening, caller.
Good afternoon, Gladiator. Brother Barry.
Yes. Good afternoon, sir.
We're the reporter here. Gladiator?
Yes.
I'm making a clarion call today for your hours to stretch into some other slot in some part of this radio station. We need more of you, because right now, what I tell you, these people feel the statement where they make when we were small about the cow jump over the moon, it was real. That was fake.
Yes.
Remember, this is reality technology we are dealing with. Good afternoon again. I give an next caller space.
Thank you, reporter. Good evening, caller.
Yes, good evening, Gladiator and your guest.
Yes.
Good evening, sir.
Princess Tong here.
Yes, Princess Tong.
Hey, Tong, what's happening?
Well, we are ready for battle, and we battling. Gladiator, let me tell you, I am of East Indian descent. I have Negroes in my family. I have Douglas, Spanish, Muslim, Hindu, Christian, all. I believe in a rainbow Trinidad and Tobago. And we must not allow any leader or group to destroy the rainbow. We must defend our rainbow. 1/3 of this population is now a mixed population. And it is such a beautiful sight to see our young people at schools, at entertainment places, in recreation places, in harmony, in camaraderie, playing and sharing and living as citizens together. Now we have this leader to use race in politics. This must be condemned once and for all. There must be no place for them in the politics of Trinidad and Tobago.
Thank you, Princess.
Thank you very much. And callers, let me humbly apologize to all of you who have been trying to get in on the program, but the program was so tight this evening. Good evening, caller.
Good evening, Gladiator.
Good evening to you, Bamboo.
And good evening, Marie. Gladiator, after listening to Julia Davis, it seems to have dashed all hopes of a woman ever becoming a prime minister, a PLM prime minister. And as for Fitzgerald Hines, I remember when Ganga Singh made the statement about fixed feeling and stuff. He Rowley, I love and making all sort of statements. The statement is similar. And listen to it, and so it's hypocrisy at the highest level. But I'm sorry for the woman, especially women. After listening to some of these brilliant women.
Something is wrong with the phone. Bamboo, something wrong with the phone. Let me take the last caller here, and let me apologize to all the other callers who have been trying to get through. But this is stop that cutty, man. Don't call me to change my program. I already told them. No, I already told them. Stop that cutty, man. Don't call me to change my program. I already told them. No, I already told them this is not a program run by Jack Warner, who trying to change the order of the day. I deal with issues. Don't call to ask me no question. Don't call to waste my time. I don't have the luxury to waste any time at all. Next. Last caller. Good evening. Good evening. Last caller. Good evening. Next. 2000. Look, man, next man. Look, that is it. No. We run out of time. 2000. Look, man, next man. Look, that is it. No. We run out of time. Quickly.
I want to thank you for being here this afternoon, and I want to be also to assure the listening public that I'll be here from time to time to enlighten you on the politics of the day, and understand that we're not coming here with rumors. We are coming here with facts and detailed facts and the truth. So continue to tune in on Gladiator and even from 6 to 7, and also we'll thank David for being such an exponent of, and let me put it, a board aficionado. Engineer aficionado.
Okay.
All right.
We out of here.
That was a paid program. Make informed decisions this election with your voice and your vote. Power 102, where the real power is. Power 102, your 2015 election station.